I have a series of questions which I would like you to answer. The first basic and straightforward question is, why Adani? Why not the Kenyan government? Bwana CS, in your documents that you've submitted, you've indicated that JKIA is worth 1.1 trillion shillings. And as it appears, even based on your submissions, we are willing to put an investment which is worth 1.1 trillion shillings to risk for 230 billion Kenya shillings. In your submission, Bwana CS, someone would conclude that the deal is done, because you've indicated clearly that there is a team currently in India carrying out due diligence. In your submissions, you've also indicated very clearly that you're negotiating for a CEO to be a Kenyan. But you contradict yourself in your submissions when you are asked to provide a profile and the shareholders of Adani, and you say that we've only carried out a desktop due diligence. Who then would you be negotiating with if, for once, you have sent a team to India, but in your response you say you do not provide this committee with information on who the shareholder?
Senator Ledama, through the chair, why Adani? Like we did indicate, with PPP Act, it basically seeks to help economy on mega projects where the government may not be able to develop. Like, because Senator Chirchir is sitting here, if we were to take the grid to the northern part of Kenya today, and because the government don't have money to build the network in the next 1 to 3 years, what we could do is to interest private capital through PPP Act, through PPP investment, to build the network on a return on equity, reasonable return on equity, and therefore be able to open that northern part of Kenya. Alternatively, we wait for 10, 15, 20 years to open that part of the country. So it's a way of procuring private investors, interesting private investors. The PPP Act seeks to really attract private capital instead of, so that we develop off government balance sheet. And then so the PPP Act seeks, there's so much of insider, you volunteer a lot of information because you are suiting, it is us who want an airport, it is us who want to open another part of Kenya, so you give a lot of information to interest private capital to come in and build it on their balance sheet, not on government balance sheet. So yes, you will see a lot of inside information being given because you are marketing the country for investors to help us to open the country. We do quite a lot in oil exploration because as a country we are not able to prospect for oil. We block the country, we go marketing, come, we'll give you this concession, we'll help you to do this so that we can leverage on early resource to support the economy from being just an agricultural economy to being a diverse economy. So yes, Senator Ledama, there's a lot of insider information when you are employing the PPP because you are attracting somebody to bring his capital, not look so much at the country risk. Today we are at B-. Investors are bound to be saying, why Kenya? There are so many challenges. So you marketing yourself, and so you provide information, you paint your country to what we truly are, not what people say we are on the internet and so on and so forth, because we want to attract that kind of capital. When you're doing an investment of 1.8 billion in a country, Honorable Chair, and it is private capital, there is the risk. Why do I have to take my 1.8 billion to Kenya? Is it a safe destination? is this country safe for the next 30 years? Can I get back my investment? And so you even go as far as issuing a letter of support. We do a lot in energy. I think for every generation, because it's expensive, we issue letters of support and so on and so forth. So, Chair, it's true, Senator Ledama, there's a lot of inside information. It is necessary to attract investors, to show them and paint the correct picture. It is us who need an airport. And otherwise, if we are able to develop on our balance sheet, and I'm now going to the first question of the asset of 1.1 trillion. So, Chair, the straight answer is the only asset, JKI is only getting a small acreage to develop the airport and not the big asset that is valued at 937 billion. How many acres are they?
11,000.
11,000 acres out of?
The total land in JKI.
No, I'm talking about what is going to Adani to develop the new airport.
It will be based on the market of development.
But it's a small, they are not, they are just taking, we can give a detail. So,
Point of order, Chair. If you would allow, I would like the CS to actually say what he's saying. He's not saying what he's saying. How much land are we giving Adani, either in concession or outside concession?
Thank you, Chair. Outside concession for the city side, 30 acres has been agreed on lease commercial terms. For the airport concessioning, because I'm here with the CEO, I will answer that question. Henry Ogoye, give me the straight answer. We need to give the acreage. Just do a bit of some homework. Or do you have the answer?
Yes, thank you, Honorables. Yes, the thing is that as at now, we cannot tell how much it will be because they have to come up with the design for the second runway, the area where the new terminal building will occupy, then and even the necessary, the accessories. Out of that, we will now map the area which Adani will be responsible for out of the land which JKI is occupying, but not everything. Back to you.